I prove that I think that the population is going to slowly decline? Because I am in a room of like 100 men, and not one of them has approached. I just think men this day and age don't want to date.
I don't know why they're not going up to a woman. Like, what's holding them back from that?
Because of feminism and Me Too and all that shit. And because women will put men on blast who like maybe awkwardly approach them. You see also those gym TikTok videos where girls like work out in the gym and then there's like a guy who like glances at them for like 1 second and they fucking blast them. That's what guys are scared of. And these guys they're not even doing anything wrong. They're just like innocently, sometimes they're not even looking in their direction. So there's like this social component now where like people are terrified to get like being exposed on social media. So
All day, every day, therapist, mother, maiden, and a virgin, nurse.
Okay, be grateful that women want equality, not revenge. What do you call what the F is happening right now? All you guys do is scream, screech from the rooftops. I hate men, all men are trash. You guys can publicly bash men, be openly sexist while claiming to be the victims of sexism. Like, shut the F up. And revenge for what? Or equality for what? Like what do you mean? Thank God women only want equality. You guys, you freaking stupid have had equality for so long now. Like, shut the F up. You guys are delusional, like literally delusional. And I cannot believe that we have a country that allows women to vote. I'm not even kidding. I'm being serious. We could solve so many problems if these stupid could not have any say in the future of our country. Because they're literally, I need to roast them more. So if you have an ex-girlfriend or an ex-wife or any that needs to be roasted, order a custom roast from yours truly at the link in my bio. People love them, okay?
You know, modern women be trying to put men in the friend zone and keep them there. They be trying to build their roster of men and disrespect men by saying, oh yeah, you're potential. You got potential to, you know, let's be exclusive. There's potential there. No, there's not. There's potential for her to be out here acting stupid. Potential for her to be out here still dating multiple people. Men are tired of that crap. Y'all can't keep on acting silly and expecting a man to accept it.
I just got a comment from a cis woman on a previous video telling me that I will never know what it feels like to be a woman.
I know this is going to be hard to believe, but self-evident factual statements like that really do offend some.
And here's the thing, you turf. If you believe that it is axiomatic that men cannot know what it feels like to be a woman, then it must also be axiomatic that women do not know what it feels like to be a man.
And that would be absolutely correct. It is, as someone said, rather self-evident, in fact, that a man will not ever fully be able to understand what it's like to be a woman, just as women cannot understand fully what it's like to be a man. That is really not that difficult of a concept to grasp. And just because a person may walk a mile in another person's shoes, as it were, that does not mean that they can understand or fully comprehend every experience that an individual has had as a particular gender. But then there's this.
Which means that neither group has any idea whatsoever if there's any difference between them at all.
Interesting. But most informed individuals do understand that there are quite a lot of differences between men and women, and they're not just cosmetic.
What's going on, fellas? Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment down below. Let's get back to the video. You know, over and over again, modern women can get on here and talk about the stuff that they want. But as soon as a man brings up body count, then all of a sudden it's a problem. As soon as a man brings up some sort of, hey, I'm looking at your past just like you're looking at mine. I'm looking at your credentials just as well as you're looking at mine. All of a sudden it becomes an issue. All of a sudden it's, oh man, you're misogynistic. How dare you? And then we have an issue. And now men are the problem. Now it's the patriarchy. Now it's, oh, you're misogynistic. Oh, you're a narcissist. Oh, you're creepy. You're weird. You're a pedo. Interesting. When I ask what you've been up to, when I tell you what I like, all of a sudden I'm a predator, and I hate women.
Why does this type of guy seem to ignore women? I'm gonna tell you why in this video. Let's get into it. Number one, they know their value. They value their time and attention, and they're not going to use it to inflate a woman's ego. They're goal-driven. They are too busy chasing purpose to be chasing women. This type of guy does not need to be in a relationship. Trust me, he's good being alone. So he's not desperate to fill up the space with a woman. He's calculated. He's strategic. And he probably knows the woman that he's interested in. A lot of guys want her too, and are probably giving her a whole lot of attention. And he ain't gonna be like everybody else, which is gonna make her wonder. This man does have a busy life. He has incredibly high standards for the women that he decides to pursue. So if he does decide to pursue you, he made a calculated decision to do so. Remember, just like she got options, he got options too. Because he's confident and he's secure in himself. He doesn't need the validation of a woman's interests. He knows his value and he knows his worth.
What's worse, high body count or high ego?
That's a great question. High body count, because I don't like either. The high body count, you got to deal with that for the rest of your life. But when you lock, like, let's just say you just say forget the high body count and you lock in with a joint, you ain't really thinking about that joint no more. If you decide to lock in with this joint, bro, you're not gonna be sitting there like, 'cause you already chose to lock in with it.
So you're gonna be able to detach your mindset off of the fact that she got hit 100 times.
If she got hit 100 times,
or not 100, but realistically speaking, probably like a high body count.
No, what I'm saying, it's
like
crazy.
30, 40, 50.
But if you decide to lock in with the joint, you already deciding to just detach your mind. But with the ego, you're going to be dealing with that forever, bro.
Any of you guys are watching, let me ask you a question. You have all had a girlfriend or a girl that you dated, and while you were dating her, other guys checked her out at the gym. Other guys checked her out while you guys were walking together. Other guys checked her out while you guys were walking into a venue or a restaurant. Did she apologize to you? Did she go, oh, baby, I'm sorry that those guys are looking at me? No, because she's a woman. She doesn't feel that she needs to apologize to you for being attractive. But I have never seen anything worse. Every time that there's a guy who comes to us who's married and he's like, I'm having problems in my marriage, I always go over this. I'm like, did women ever flirt with you in front of your wife? It's like, yeah, and I had to apologize to her.
Isn't that toxic?
I don't care, honestly. Never apologize for being attractive to the opposite sex. I'm not telling you to flirt with other women in front of your girlfriend. That's bad. You're being deceitful there. I wouldn't tell you to do that. I'm not telling you to go cheat on your wife. What I'm telling you is that if other women come up and they clearly are attracted to you, you don't need to apologize to your wife from that. But men do this frequently, or they avoid those women altogether. And when they're doing so, whose frame are you in? You're in a relationship where generally in most heterosexual man-woman relationships, men lead. You're in a relationship where you're supposed to lead and you're losing your frame to her because she doesn't like the fact that other women flirt with you. No. You want a healthy relationship. Your woman needs to know other women find you attractive, period.
A lot of these modern women are looking at men as projects. Oh, I got to fix them. I got to mold them. I got to shape them into, something, basically I got to shape you into a simp. I got to shape you into a person that is going to willingly do stuff for me and not say anything. It's funny that they complain about this type of stuff. Oh, men used to do this, and this. Okay, then if men used to do that, which is a lie, first of all, but let's say that the vast majority of men were doing this. Why would you then go and try to do it back if you didn't like that type of treatment? Reminded of a quote from Kev on Stage where he said, I used to be bullied. And I don't know if it was high school, but then as soon as I got the upper hand and he stopped bullying me, I went and tried to bully somebody else. And I got my behind whooped. And I learned maybe I shouldn't bully people because somebody else bullied me. It's the same type of logic.
Women are not emotionally intelligent, and when a woman says that she wants emotional intelligence from a man, what she really means is that she wants a man to be able to change his behavior to make sure that she isn't the one being out of control with her emotions because she's not able to control them herself. It means that the men in their lives have to behave a certain way to essentially make her behave correctly, because she doesn't know how to control her own self and her own emotions, and she's not emotionally aware of things that are going on around her. Most women that scream emotional intelligence don't even know what it means. It means being in control of your emotions and using logic around situations and adapting to different environments, which women cannot do, myself included. When a woman says that she wants a man to be emotionally intelligent, it means that he has to just know everything that she's feeling 24/7, 7 days a week. And it gives her the ability to deflect accountability and shift blame as to why he doesn't just know. Women think that just because they're emotional, it means that they're emotionally intelligent. But the reality is that women use their emotions as an excuse for poor behavior, or they use their emotions to shift blame to the men in their lives for not being emotionally intelligent, when really men are more emotionally intelligent than women, and women don't want to accept that or believe that, so it's easier to just blame men instead. Okay, bye.
So here are 3 tips as to how you can welcome a chivalrous relationship. Number 1, begin to walk into your soft era, okay? Begin to allow a man to see the softer side of you. Allow a man to see the you where you want to receive from a man. You want to receive good communication. You want to know the things that he can bring to the table. And let's stop saying I am the table and all these things. Like, no. Like when you enter into a 2-sided relationship, you have your strengths and weaknesses. He has his strengths and weaknesses. The question is, are the 2 of you compatible, and do the 2 of you work well together? So when you both come with the value that you bring to the table, you assess as to if the 2 of you are compatible. And as a woman of faith, you also too need to know if God approves this man to be in your life.
If you got a good man in your life, keep him. Try to work through it. If you and your baby father are together and he takes care of you and does things for you, it's better to keep him, because I'm going to give you free game from a man. All that comes after that is men that are just going to use you to sleep with you. Some of you say, no, they're going to take you on vacation. They're going to buy you some bags. Every man has a limit and to a cap until what he's going to spend until he gets bored and finds the next one. As a single man, it's easy to know if I go after the single moms what I could do. I could put a $5,000 cap and make that stretch over 6-7 months and use it. And once that money's reached, I'm going to see how long I can hang out with her and not have to do nothing until she realizes I'm done. If a man has more money, the cap goes up. They're only going to do for you until they get bored, because now they're not really looking for marriage. They're just looking for somebody to consistently sleep with, and that's all. Men with money are players just like every other man. You just got to know what you're playing with. Moral of the story is, if you have a good man, keep him, because men out here are not doing all of that. Dating a woman that came out of a relationship, if her bills are $6,000, that's what it costs you to get her.
If your husband is a good guy, but you're ready for divorce, you're not a bad person. So don't let guilt get the best of you.
This is the problem. Most women think and believe that the grass is greener on the other side. They really think they'll always be able to find a better man to replace the man they're with. But as the wall closes in, the majority of them won't even be able to find another man. So they end up facing disappointment and regrets. Not only that, the type of man they were able to attract before they had kids will not be the same type of man they can attract after divorce and after having kids. And that's the reality that they face when they get back out there. So as a result, they regret the decision they made, and they regret leaving their husband.
She did it to herself.
Can I go on a quick rant here?
No.
I'm so sick of not being pursued. I feel like anybody I've ever wanted or have gotten, I've pursued or made the first move. And it's like, with girls, like, I get there's like a shyness and like no one knows to make the first move. But with men, there is no excuse.
So I just made a video about this recently, funnily enough.
Oh my God.
This video,
these
take it
men, they're staring at me so much. They're always coming up to me. My life is so horrible.
Guys, I don't care if people get mad about this. At the end of the day, if you're complaining about dudes approaching you constantly, like, deep down, you kind of like this shit.
And these were the comments. You can read through them if you want, but they're all negative, essentially. And I do understand where these women are coming from. Yeah, you don't want people being pedophiles or being disgusting towards you. I can understand that. I sympathize with it, for sure. But you know what I'm sick of? I'm sick of the mixed signals. I'm sick of not knowing what the fuck to do. That's what I'm sick of. We hear this bullshit, and then we hear that bullshit in the comments. We hear, oh, you're disgusting, and you're horrible, and you're a piece of shit because you're a man, and also approach us. Because why are we not being approached anymore? I'm going insane. I'm worried about having to use my keys to stab that man in the eye, but I also want to get approached. Like, what is it, bro? What is it? What do you do in this situation? It doesn't make any sense. Help. I'm confused. I don't know why men don't approach us. You know why. You know why. You said you shouldn't. You said it's honestly probably better if we don't because we're not going to kill you, right? We're not going to murder you, correct? Well, wonder why Ben stopped approaching me so much. It's because we don't want you to think we are attempting to grape you. That's what it is. And, you know, actions have consequences. I'm not saying we're all in the right here and men are just perfect. But can't you understand it? I don't know. I'll see ya.
Look, she's hitting on something real here. Men got told approaching is predatory, so a lot of us just stopped. But women still want to be approached. So now you got this situation where guys are confused, women are frustrated, and nobody's winning. That's the consequence of mixed signals. Actions have consequences, and this is it. Men adapted by doing nothing.
So recently I caught up with an old friend and she was telling me that she got divorced, and I was so surprised because her and her husband were such a cute couple and they had been together for 11 years. So I asked her, like, what happened? I figured something bad happened. She's like, honestly, I was just bored. Like, my husband, all he did was work. I was a stay-at-home mom. We had 3 kids and I just got lonely and bored. And she says that when she would bring it up, like, he would take her out, but it was just boring to her. Like, she needed some excitement in her life. She just felt like she was just a mom and a wife, and her husband just wasn't doing that for her. And she had other friends that had, you know, boyfriends, or like they had just got married, and they were always going out, always going on vacation, always partying, like going to the club, going to the bar, hanging out with friends, and they did none of that. And when she would bring it up to her husband would always tell her, like, I gotta work. Like, you know, they had a big house, they had nice things. Like, he was just trying to work. So they ended up getting divorced. And now, you know, she's single, she lives alone, she's working, and she's dating. So then I told her, oh, well, that must be exciting, like dating and stuff. And she's like, no, I hate it. And I was like, why? And she's like, because all they want to do is just have fun. They just want to go to the club. They just want to go to the bar. They just want to hang out, have a good time, and then that's it. She said, no one wants to help me out. Like, I'm trying to find someone that's going to help take care of my kids. She's like, I just want someone to be a provider, not just a good time. So I was all like, well, wasn't that what your husband was doing? And she's like, I know. And I guess now her ex-husband is dating someone, like, seriously. They have been divorced for a total of 3 years, and he has been dating this girl for 2 years. She has 2 kids, and they're already living together. She says that he's fully taking care of her. Like, the girl doesn't work, she does that.
Have you ever noticed how men conveniently have no idea what patriarchy is? They don't believe it exists, and they don't believe that it impacts their lives in any way until the subject of money is brought up. Until it is suggested that they actually have an obligation to show up in any way, shape, or form in the lives that they are choosing to live, in the relationships that they are choosing to have, and then suddenly it's gender roles are bad, patriarchy is bad, you just want the parts of patriarchy that benefit you. The only thing that's really feminist is 50-50. And I just find it so hilarious how transparent that whole, like, mindset is. Like, yeah, of course, being the gender that has lived in a system that has been artificially rigged in your favor for centuries, it doesn't feel good to change that. But can we all just like address the elephant in the room real quick here? Women's liberation is not going to be achieved by women who have been systemically disadvantaged for centuries giving more in order to participate in the thing that has been oppressing them for centuries. Are you seeing the confusion there? Are you seeing what doesn't make sense yet? Because if women have been disadvantaged historically, didn't have access to money, were required to do all this unpaid labor, were not compensated for their labor, fixing that problem does not look like women also contributing the only thing that the advantaged group has had to contribute, and the advantaged group then not having to contribute anything. That's not actually ending patriarchy, that's continuing it. That's strengthening it, because what patriarchy says is that men don't have to do anything or contribute anything because they are entitled to things like women and a legacy and resources. Do you see it now?
Did Adam or Eve bite the apple?
There was no apple. It said fruit of life. Eve ate the fruit and she provided it to her husband.
So the rule wasn't to not eat the fruit?
The rule was don't even touch the fruit. So being that close to the fruit, Eve already messed up.
Why do you think she ate it?
Because she was tempted of the devil. Women are always ambitious. They want to rise so high that they're higher than what they're supposed to be. Women are elevated. They are beautiful. They were goddesses. They are queens. You've had women in your life who you worshipped. Your mother, your sister, your girlfriend, your wife. At some point, they want to be elevated. They want to be higher than they are. They want to be the boss. That's fine. But you have to honor a man as a man.
Do you think that women wanting to grow and elevate themselves can actually lead to self-sabotaging something good?
100%. Let's say we're husband and wife. If I make 100,000 and you make 100,000, we just got 200,000. But now if I double that, I'm making 200,000 and you making 100,000, why does my mind get so reprobate that I've got twice as much money as you? No, we've got 300,000, right? But women don't think that way. The devil has their soul. They think, oh, I've got all this money. I don't even need him. I can go get this rich white man over here, and the rich white man is going to treat you like dirt and kick you to the curb because he is your slave master. And you left your God king from Africa to go be a house, excuse my French, for a slave master. You had a king at home. He was willing to go to the mat for you. He was willing to be faithful to you. He was willing to give you children, take care of them, do anything for you. Even if he lost his job, he would go out and hustle, do anything he had to do for you. But you left him because he wasn't making what you wanted him to make. You elevated yourself. You thought you were God. Now you're a humanist. And you done left your man in the dust. And you wonder why you're so miserable. And you wonder why your children is out in the streets doing all kind of dirt. And you wonder why they'd rather live with their daddy than you. Because all they know is a hard-working man busted his tail for you, and you left him because you got so high and mighty. You were the CEO. That's fine. You be the CEO at work, and then you come home and you submit yourself to your husband. Just like Jesus was the head of the church, the husband is the head of the woman. And when we go out in society, women don't seem to understand. Look, you ain't got to be my man. You're a man. I need to respect you. Now, if you disrespect me, look, I ain't got nothing for you. It's gonna get real ugly in here. But if you're being respectful to me, why am I cutting you down and treating you like dirt?
I don't think she could have said it any better. Any better. She hit that shit right on the money, bro. Man, that came from a woman.
That's right. A lot of men don't realize they're doing heavy lifting for someone who's already mentally left the building. She got the career, got the money, and now he's not enough anymore. But then she's shocked when he stops trying, stops planning, stops caring about her future. He already saw the pattern. He's just waiting for the exit. That's the cost of making a man feel small in his own life.
And I'd honestly wish the best. But then that would end up right back here with me. And I just can't have that, boo. I'm sorry. I wish you well. Take care. Don't call me back. Thank you.
Oh my God, bro.
Oh, man. What's up, man?
Where's somebody?
Hold on, give me 1 second. Hello?
Yo, Jay, come get online.
Nah, I can't right now, man. I'm out in the forest.
Jay, you won't believe who's online right now.
Bro, I can't. I'm busy.
That's your friend? Jay, the whole squad is online right now.
Everybody's online right now.
Lamron, Dexter, Paul, and Frozen Bites 210.
This man finally got on, right? He was missing like Corey Kenshin. And disappear and come right back.
Exactly. Don't miss this opportunity.
All right. Let me tell him. Hey, babe, listen. All the boys are online. You understand that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, can I play?
Go save the world.
All right, bet. Hey, yo, PlayStation card initialized.
Right away, sir.
Hurry up and start. I'm gonna play this game.
So this is what's actually happening, right? A man asks his girlfriend if he can play with his friends who are all online. She says yes, but then he's got to ask permission like he's checking a box. That's the thing. A lot of modern relationships end up here where the man's lost his autonomy just to keep the peace. And eventually that wears on him. He stops asking. He stops caring.
So you admit that men are systemically the issue when you...
Marlon Brando was reborn as a TikTok feminist with a maxi pad on her head. You come into my home and you tell me that men are not the problem. You disrespect my family. So this absolute cartoon says several things. Number one, if you complain about women having daddy issues, it means that you admit that men are the problem systemically, which is leftist for super duper no backsies. And then she says, moving on, like we're just done here. So let's slow down a second. Is it that men are the problem, or is it that we live in an intersystemic system of reciprocal nodes of consciousness wherein men and women influence each other infinitely, and the men causing these problems to girls could be having those problems caused by other women? Nah, it's just men.
You're the dirty one. You're the dirty one.
And then she says, if body count decreases female value, that means that men have negative value. Where have I heard that before? Oh, that's right. I drew you a picture of it with a crayon. Men generally don't want women when someone else is done with them, so just give that one a big old check. And then, well, that's all she says, which is disappointing because this is great.
Women are not the problem. You are dirty.
You don't even have to make fun of them. They do it themselves. I mean, I did, but you don't have to.
How do you guys not see the irony in all this?
I'm 53. It has been several years. Where are all the good men? I'm tired of being alone. I want to share my life with someone. I am just tired. I want to be in love. I want to share my life with someone. I want to feel the joys. I want to have my hands held. I want to be held. I want to kiss. I want to support. I want to make coffee with that person. I want my person. I want my person. Why is it so hard to find your person?
It's not.
I'm tired.
It's not. The guy's probably in her friend list. He's right there, but she's overlooking him because she's probably trying to get a guy that probably don't want her. She's going off after the bad guys, the bad boys, right? And expecting that they're going to make coffee with her and do all this stuff and hold her hands and do all that stuff. No, the guy that's going to do that is usually the guy that is being friend zoned. The nice guy. The guy that you can call for anything. He's ready, waiting for you to just pick up your phone and call him. That's the guy that you want to be in a relationship. Now, he's not going to have the bad guy attitude, the bad boy, type of attitude, but he is the one that you're actually looking for. You just want him to be the bad boy with that good attitude. He's there. Just trust me. Look in your friend list. He's there. You'll find him.
Yeah, that's actually right. She's seeing it clearly. A lot of women at that age finally realized the guy they wanted was already there, been there the whole time. He was the friend, the one who showed up, made the effort. But she chased the guy who wasn't interested. Now she's tired, looking back wondering why she didn't just pick the person who actually wanted her. That's the pattern. When men talk about simping, essentially what they mean is, in a lot of situations, I've already done that. It hasn't worked. Well, you should just simp for a woman. You should put a woman on a pedestal. No, it doesn't work at all. As a matter of fact, the guys that have been simping for you are in your friend zone. You like a good simp. Of course you do. Because the man is doing everything that you want him to do. But you don't respect him. You don't respect him at all. We got these think pieces about, well, the nice guy isn't really nice. He's doing it for, he has an ulterior motive or it's something that he wants. Yeah, he wants you. Obviously, he wants to be in love with you. He wants a relationship with you. What are you talking about right now? And so men are catching on and they're saying, listen, she's not going to treat me with respect no matter how good I treat her. Oh, well, your intentions aren't clear. Your intentions ain't pure. You don't want to really be my friend. I do want to be your friend. But I also want to be romantically involved with you. Two things can be true. Modern women, instead of just taking accountability and saying, yeah, I use that man, they'll go around the bush, beat around the bush and say, oh, well, We're just not meant to be together. He's a simp. Oh, we like it. No. You like the stuff that it gives you, but you don't like him.